We have arrived at the popular Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in between the villages of Stablo and Francorchamps for the running of the Belgian Grand Prix. Coming into this weekend, the first team news of this year's silly season has made the headlines. The first team news of the season is that current Lotus driver David Greenwell will remain with the Ainstone-based team in 2016 when the team gets rebought by Renault. David has had a very impressive season so far in 2015, which can only be considered as his best season so far. He currently lies 10th in this year's Drivers' Championship, a few points behind 2009 World Champion Miklos Gau, and he has achieved 2 podiums this season in Bahrain, where he finished 3rd, and Spain, where he finished a career best 2nd. He'll be looking to have a similar year in 2016 and help Renault in development when they return as a Rolex manufacturer team next year. The second and final team news we have today is that, to the surprise of no one, Ferrari will be retaining multiple champions Florian Volker and Joseph Willows for another year. Joseph has had quite an up and down season this year, having not been able to continue the momentum of winning the opening race. But he has picked up his form in the last few races, and his brilliant comeback through the field at Hungary last race was a sign of that. He'll be hoping to have a better year in 2016, whilst teammate Florian Volker will be looking to have a similar year to the one he is currently having this year, as he is currently leading the championship by 7 points ahead of Will Neller. He'll be hoping to defend the championship next year if he ends up winning it at the end of this year. In other news, as a follow-up to last week's pilot episode, there was an error on our end. In the episode, we mentioned that Julius Anderson was in contention for the Renault seat. However, this was a mistake, and it turns out he changed his number 1 choice around last minute. His number 1 choice is actually Haas, meaning he joins the list of candidates who are after one of those seats, including current driver Bartosz Kloss, GP2 Championship leader Snezana Radovojevic, and current Sauber driver Evan Byrne. And finally, in other news, 2016 will see a 5th tyre compound being used in GP4OC. Since the introduction of different tyre compounds for each race back in 2012, there have always been 4, which are the red super soft tyres, the yellow soft tyres, the white medium tyres, and the orange hard tyres, which back in 2012 were grey. However, in 2016, the series will be seeing the introduction of the purple ultra soft tyres, which is set to be softer than the super soft tyres. These tyres aim to have more degradation than the super softs and should attract earlier pit stops due to the tyre wear. It will be very interesting to see how the ultra soft tyres fare for next season, and we can't wait for its introduction in 2016. And that is it for this week's edition of the GP4OC news. The next team news will break at the Italian Grand Prix next week, who will be announced during to practice at Monza.